see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing oh, everybody's singing oh.
Hello, beautiful people. You were zoomed in a bit there, but good morning. Welcome to today's very exciting video. It's birthday preparation beginning. Today's Friday, November 10th. Yes. No. 11th. Right. It's the 11th. Tomorrow is Adam's birthday, the 12th. And then Sunday is Aiden's birthday, the 13th. So, unfortunately, I guess, the bad wife. I totally forgot about planning for Adam's birthday. So, I'm just about getting him a gift. And he will have, you know, him and Aiden will share the birthday cake. But I was, you know, I went head on in planning for Aiden's birthday and forgot all about Adam's, not realizing that, oh crap, like they're born within a day of each other. But it's okay. Next year is a new year, you know what I mean? I'll be better at figuring that out. But today's the beginning of birthday preparations. Aiden is now done for a nap, and so I'm going to be hustling out and trying to get a cake in the oven and start baking his birthday cake. Later tonight, I'll frost it and decorate it. Tomorrow on Adam's birthday, the 12th, that's when we're going to be doing like the smash cake version of the birthday, or the part of the birthday. And then Sunday, on his actual first birthday, we're going to go out and, you know, have some fun. So it's a 2-day event. So let's get started on the cake, because I don't have a gazillion amount of time. Okay, let me just start off by saying that while filming this, getting the birthday cake ready, my camera died multiple times. It stopped recording multiple times while I was, you know, recording, and I didn't notice. So there are a lot of jumped footages here. I am very sorry for that, but making this cake was not easy, and you'll see that throughout the entire video. We really struggled a lot, or I really struggled a lot, to get the cake together to the final end product. But nonetheless, I know Aiden loved it, and that is all that really matters. Done is better than perfect in my eyes. So, you know, just a new mom trying new things for the first time. So this is me making the cake. I will link the recipe that I used down below. It's a very simple white cake recipe with vanilla buttercream frosting that I made, I think, maybe a couple of weeks in advance, and I had it in the freezer and stuff like that. So here we are, baking up a storm in the kitchen. Enjoy, guys.
I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new. I wanna do the things they say we shouldn't do. I wanna wake up in the morning.
So one of my toxic traits is that I do not pre-portion my ingredients before I start baking. And so you find that bringing this recipe together that is supposed to take 10 minutes of prep time took me like 20 minutes, because I am adding each ingredient as I go. If the recipe calls for eggs, I am now cracking eggs in the middle of mixing all of this, and so it takes me way longer than it is supposed to do. So this is a footage of where my camera stopped recording. I had no idea, and the cakes were out of the oven, and I realized that, whoops, I wasn't recording. But as you can see, the cakes were overdone. It is brown on the edges, but I didn't have time to redo the recipe. So this is the cake that we're going to be working with. I mean, could it have been better? Yeah. I did follow the recipe exactly, but I forgot that my oven does its own thing, and maybe I should have lowered the temperature in my oven and, you know, momentarily check the cakes instead of just following the recipe's oven time verbatim. And, you know, that is why I ended up with almost a burnt cake. But, you know, we move regardless.
When you live life like it's a prison, break the rules. I wanna wake up in the morning.
So this is me putting frosting into the piping bag to start frosting. Aiden was asleep in his second nap at this point in the day when I started frosting the cake. So a little hack that I learned was to put your frosting bag into a cup first and then put your frosting in. That way it goes into the bag much easier. And then you put non-slip mats underneath your cake turntable and underneath the cake board so that your cake is not slipping and sliding around. I mean, it's my first time doing all of this. I can see where it helped, but you know, next time I'll be better. The cake board that I ended up choosing here too was also a hot mess because of the edges, and I couldn't get the scraper to go seamlessly around the cake and stuff like that. It was a lot of mistakes that were had in this birthday preparation video, but like I said, it's my first time doing it, and now that I've seen my mistakes, I know that the second party prep that I do will be bomb diggy diggy bomb, because I will strive not to make these same mistakes again. You can see me here trimming the cakes. Guys, it's a hot mess. So listen to the music while I try to figure out what I'm doing right here.
I let you down, and I know that I was not always around. I made you feel alone. You spent most of your nights just sitting on your own. I should have done so much more, like giving you the things you asked me for. And I know I was wrong. It's what I try to tell you with my song. Tell you with my song. What if I said I'm sorry? What if I'd make a scene? Wouldn't that make you mine again? You're all I'll ever need. Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while? I know that I've done so many things that let you down, but I hope that you give me one more chance to make you mine. When I close my eyes, you know that you're the only thing I see, and it makes me cry to think that you are no longer with me.
So here I ended up reaching for the YouTube videos that I had been watching to prepare myself for this exact moment, because the frosting was not working for me. First of all, the frosting was a bit too thick. When I just made it, it was fine, but because it had been sitting in the fridge and, you know, all of that stuff, it got thick, so it was very, like, kind of stiff. I tried to soften it, but it still was a bit thick, and I just didn't have the time because I was doing this in the baby's nap time and stuff like that, and I was solo parenting. My husband was at work and stuff like that, so I just really tried to make it work. Also, the recipe for this birthday cake called for half of the recipe of frosting, and I made the entire recipe of frosting, and all of the frosting was used. So all in all, I used way too much frosting on this cake, but that was simply because I just couldn't get it right. You can see me struggling the entire video. When Adam got in from work, he also stepped in and tried to help me, you know, perfect the frosting.
What if I said I'm sorry? What if I make a scene? Wouldn't that make you mine again? All I ever need. Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while? I know that I've done so many things that let you down, but I hope that you give me one more chance to make you mine. What if I said I'm sorry? What if I said I'm sorry? Whoa, 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 whoa. if I said I'm sorry? What if I said
You guys saw that. Clearly, I do not know what I'm doing. I feel so defeated. And I do not have time to problem solve. I'm sad.
What if I said I'm sorry? What if I make a
So night had fallen here. Aiden was gone to bed at this point. Adam was home and, you know, helping with the dishes and stuff like that. And I took the cake from the fridge and started doing the second batch of frosting. So this, during the day, I was doing the crumb coat, and then now I'm actually doing the final batch of frosting on it, and it still took me, you know, quite some time. Adam had to step in and help to get it really perfect. It wasn't my first time frosting a cake, but it was my first time trying to frost a cake perfectly, as if I am a professional baker, and I wanted the cake to look as if it came straight from a bakery. You know what I mean? I guess it's just that mom thing where you just want everything to be perfect, especially when it's your kid's first birthday. So I really struggled with frosting the cake. I wish I wasn't so hard on myself. In the end, Aiden didn't even notice the little specks that were imperfect, you know. So if you're a mom and you're wanting to do this for the first time, I say go for it, because done is better than perfect. I know it's easier said than done, because I have been there. You're seeing me struggle here, but trust me, your little one will appreciate everything, and they won't even realize, like, you know, your vision for the cake, they didn't. And as long as they see something that they can happily smash, it's all good.
Wouldn't that make you mine again? You're all I ever need. Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while? What if I said I'm sorry? What if I make a scene? Wouldn't that make you mine again? You're all I ever need. Didn't I make you laugh? Didn't I make you smile? Didn't I make you feel like you were happy for a while? Whenever I'm with you, I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel inside. I'm counting down the days till we fly away, heading to the sun, only you and me. Don't wanna waste another day being stuck here in this place. No, wanna hold your hand in mine, watch the sunset in your eyes. Baby, I want us to act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio too loud. This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. This could be magical.
Like, in the end, we did the very best that we could with this cake, and at some point we had to just give up. Like, Adam got the cake perfect at one point, and I still went in and did all of this that you're now watching on the screen and messed it up again, and we were here for a good at least 45 minutes, you guys. But we ended up deciding to stop and just decorate the cake and move on with our night, because, you know, it was getting stressful and I need to tap out a bit.
To escape, and here we are, driving narrow streets in a rusty car, leading to the sea. Think we're getting close. We should take a pic, baby, strike a pose. I remember every day that I spent right here with you.
right, so much later in the night, and we're on to making some cheese paste, and I am going to be using the cheese to make some colored cheese sandwich. Where I'm from in Jamaica in the Caribbean, this is like an often party staple kind of finger food, where it's cheese sandwiches but it has colored cheese instead of just plain cheese, I guess, just to make it a bit more colorful and vibrant for your guests. So that is what I'm attempting here with some mixed shredded cheese from the supermarket. Let me just give you a heads up from now that this was also a fail. The first time I did it, I didn't get the consistency that I was looking for. Had to watch a YouTube video, did it again, like add more butter into the food processor, did it again, and then I was able to get the consistency that I wanted and color the cheese. So you will see that come alive throughout these clips. I hope you enjoy it. Don't worry about seeing the final product of the cake, because you will at the end of the video and also in the next video that will go live after this, which is actually Aiden enjoying the smash cake and celebrating his first birthday. So you'll see the cake again, don't worry. But for now, let's make some cheese sandwiches that I failed in the very beginning. Guys, learn from my mistakes, okay? Put more butter into your cheese paste so that you get the texture that you're looking for. I will be showing you the texture that you should be aiming for if you ever decide to make
Are the one who makes me feel as good as I do. Baby, I wanna still act like we are 22 right now. Just let go, lose control, play songs on the radio.
So this here is the texture that you should not be looking for. That is not the aim. You can see that when I tried to put the butter, like guys, I didn't put the butter in the food processor before blending the cheese. So that was a part of the problem. So I was trying to put the butter after the cheese was already, you know, blended or whatever. And it was so thick, it could not stir or anything, because I was supposed to blend the cheese with the butter in the food processor to get that soft texture. So I realized it wasn't working, pulled up a YouTube video, and then figured out how to do the right thing, and then I did it, and then you'll see the consistency that I was aiming for in the first place. And voila, here's the consistency that you should be aiming for if you do make this recipe. It should be the consistency of a paste, like margarine, that you can just slide over bread, and it is easy, not chunky, and you know, plucky as Jamaicans would say. So I am now going to move on to separating these up and coloring them, which another mistake I made was making too much cheese, because we ended up not eating and had to throw away a good portion of the cheese, because I guess I forgot that cheese is, you know, cloying, and it's just 2 adults and 1 child in the house, and there was no way we could eat off this much cheese. So be mindful of the portion sizes that you're making if you do make this recipe.
This could be magical. Whoa, whoa. This could be magical. Whoa,
I got this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you, and there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. We can do what we wanna do, 'cause we got all the time in the world. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's.
And this is the final product of the cheese paste. Here, I chose to do it the night before simply because I knew the next day would be chaotic doing the smash cake and all of that. So that is why I did it from the night before, and so in the morning it was just grabbing the breads and go.
Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
Okay, moving on to probably one of the more difficult tasks of this birthday prep was, blowing a gazillion amount of balloons. I mean, it wasn't that much. It was about 35 balloons, and I contemplated for so long getting one of the electric balloon pumps off of Amazon. I had it in my cart ready to check out, and I somehow managed to persuade myself into not buying it because it's not something that I'll be using until maybe next year. And I'm like, maybe we are out of Japan by next year. And, it just wasn't, I guess, sounding like a good idea at the time. But boy, did we regret it because, we spent so much oxygen blowing these balloons. Like, we were over it. And we had to continue going because we had to blow them all. I guess I just had reservations because, stuff like that for me, they're investment pieces. And because we are not living in Japan forever, it's just kind of hard for me to, spend spend money on certain things. Let me put it that way. So yeah, I struggled with that, but I definitely should have bought the balloon pump because we would have gone through this step much, much faster than we did because we went from balloon into doing other things and back to the balloon into doing other things, back to the balloon, which you will see coming right up.
I can't tell what's wrong or right. Should I go without saying goodbye? All I know is I need to be somewhere else to set me free. I don't know what to do now. Need to figure it out, but I don't know how. I hope the wind will carry me and take me away to where I should be. I don't know where I belong, but I keep on searching for my home. There's a hunger in my soul, makes me keep on trying, holding on. Take me all the way.
Adam was definitely having some difficulty tying the balloons. That's what we were squabbling about there. Adam cannot tie balloons for the life of him. I don't know why. I feel as if tying a balloon is so easy, but he can't do it. So that's what we were squabbling about. And then we were watching some YouTube videos of this Jamaican chef guy that we used to watch back in the day. And his Jamaican patois, it just cracks us up. He says the funniest thing. So we were having a good laugh watching some of his videos.
It's just amazing. This one do help you to detox your body and lose weight.
Well,
so guys,
sir,
overdid it. You see it in the middle. One you show it amazing in the kitchen. Anyway, this recipe is the perfect. You can detox your body, lose weight, get rid of the hip, thighs, shoulder, knees and toes, everything.
I might end up having to mute that section when I post the video depending on whatever copyright information I get. But my Jamaicans, you'll get this joke. For my non-Jamaicans, there is no way that I could possibly explain it so that you laugh as hard as a Jamaican would. But trust me, trust your girl. It's funny as heck.
Searching for my home.
Alright, so here I am tackling the second to last project of the night, which is basically putting some hot glue on the front part of Aiden's high chair, which I totally regret. No, because the glue has stuck to the chair and it looks a mess in current day. But however, I didn't know better at this point. Didn't know how to get this thing onto the high chair, so that was my solution. So I'm just putting the high chair banner around the high chair because we're going to have him sit in the high chair to do his smash cake and to take some photos. So that is what I'm doing here. And then after this, we're going to head back into finish blowing up the balloons and then putting up the balloon arch.
I don't know where I belong, but I keep on searching for my home. There's a hunger in my soul, makes me keep on trying, holding on. Take me all the way, all the way. Take me all the way, and I keep on searching for my home. There's a place where the sun won't go away.
And we're on to the last work of art for the night. We are trying to put the balloon arch together, which was also a struggle for us, guys. Like, this birthday party prep has been filled up with, you know, just mistakes and stuff that we should never ever do again, simply because it's our first time doing it. We had to end up watching a couple YouTube videos to figure out how to put the balloon arch together, and you will see all of that come alive in the video that is going live after this one. That will basically be the birthday celebrations, you know, smashing off the cake, you know, putting up the balloon arch and all of that stuff. But for this video, this is where we are going to end, and then we will pick up in the next video from exactly where we left off. This was past midnight in the night at this point, so we were pretty much over it. So that is why we left putting up the balloon arch to the next day. So if you have made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed seeing us prepare for our son's first birthday with all of the mistakes. I hope you do not make them. Paying attention to what I did wrong so you don't have to. But if you enjoyed today's video, of course, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new and join the Nats fam. I'd love to have you here. I will see you in next week's video when we celebrate Aiden's birthday and you get to see all these decorations come alive. But until next time, bye guys. Oh, and actually, let me just say that we didn't really go by a theme for the first birthday party, you know, like a cocomelon or, you know, farm animals theme or whatever. I basically just got on Amazon and bought a random party first birthday, you know, decorations pack. Maybe from the second birthday onwards, I'll start doing more themed parties. So I guess subscribe and join the fam so you're around to see that stuff. But yeah, that is all I wanted to just pop in right here and say to you guys in case you were wondering.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby, I can't sit beside you.